Um, I don't know because getting an interception and getting a sack, they kind of go hand in hand. You can't really pick which one is better. So I don't know if I could really say I have a favorite. I just love the game of football, and any plays I get to make, I love to make them.
I say when you guys look at the tape of Ohio State, what do you guys see? What steps up on the tape when you guys walk out of your meeting rooms?
You say that again?
What steps up on the tape of Ohio State, you guys, when you walk out of the meeting room?
Um, I don't know. I mean, at this point, everybody's good, so you kind of just got to be on your P's and Q's with everything you do and figure out how you're going to make the least amount of mistakes.
Isaiah, have you gotten caught up in any of this NFL draft talk surrounding you, about, jumping up on the big board and your stock getting up there?
No, not really. I mean, until January 13th is over, that none of that really matters to me. So it's kind of irrelevant. Because me paying attention to that now is going to do what for me? Nothing. So, yeah, so until January 13th comes, I'm not really worried about anything NFL related.
Is it hard to tune it out?
I mean, not really. Personally, not for me.
Yeah.
I'm more focused on what I have now in the moment, which is trying to play for a national championship. So it's not really hard for me to block it out at all. No.
You have a lot of time before you play Ohio State. What is the process for you to make the decision of this is it? Win or lose, this is I'm going out, or you're eligible for one more year. When do you start that process to make that decision? It's a major decision.
January 13th. That's when I'll make that decision.
How have you seen this team, I guess, grow up in the last month and a half? Even as good as you guys are, you seem to take it to another level. What kicked in?
I wouldn't say anything kicked in. Each and every week we look at the mistakes we made and try to eliminate them. So, we're not going to play perfect, but we can try to eliminate the mistakes that we make in the previous games as much as we can. So that's probably what we do each and every week. This team, we're young, but we're also very mature. No one's really worried about what the media is saying about us, about our weak D-line and things like that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's what we know what we got here, and we feel like we got all the ingredients. So just focusing in on what we have within the walls here is really the main thing.
Talking about your D-line, did you expect them to play at the level they are, given you were losing so many NFL guys from last year?
Absolutely. I mean, our coaches went out and offered them scholarships just like they offered Christian, Clee, Austin, Dexter. So I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to. They all put their shoes on the same way, so it would be wrong for me to expect less of them just because they're younger or whatever it is, opposed to what I expect from those guys.
Did any of their plays surprise you? I mean, you see Tyler. I mean, he was in high school last year, getting ready. Is any of it surprising?
I wouldn't say surprising. Ever since he got here, he's been about his business. So he's going to be an amazing player. He's just so mature in this game, about his business, and even the guys who redshirted this year, they're all going to be great players. It's just something different, something like I've never seen. Everybody really cares about their craft here. So with that, I feel like nobody can stop you when you really care about something and you're really driven to get there.
Talking about your versatility, going up against Justin Fields, do you feel like you can be the X factor on this defense to, limit him, all of his different things that he does or brings to the table? Do you feel like your role in this game is going to be
I mean, it potentially could be, but each week I just try to do my 111 and dominate it as much as I can. So really, I rely on my teammates just to do their job. So, and I believe if everybody does their job, then we can come out on top.
you enjoy the challenge of Heisman Trophy finalist quarterback and a guy that makes plays? Do you, as a competitor, is that something that you like really fires you up?
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity just to play against great competition is always a plus. I feel like you don't want to just play people who aren't very good each and every week. So we also kind of pride ourselves. That's why we pride ourselves in playing Clemson. You got to know, obviously, who you're playing, but at the end of the day, you got to know what you have to do.
This stage is never going to be. Why have you been so successful?
I would say our experience is built into it a little bit, but at the end of the day, every single game of the week, of the year, is the biggest game. No matter if we're playing like a lesser opponent, it's the biggest game of the year, not because of who we're playing, but because we're playing Clemson. So each and every week we want to play ourselves opposed to playing to an opponent, because we don't want to play up to an opponent, play down to an opponent. Each and every week we want to play our best 4 quarters. So I think just having that kind of mentality opposed to, oh, this is the playoffs, now we got to kick a switch on, you can't do it like that, or else you're just not going to be successful with it. So just doing that and treating each and every week like it's a playoff game, like we're playing for the national championship, I'd probably say that's what helps us out the most. Coach Sweeney always tells us, if you were playing anybody, say you're playing the Patriots for the national championship, how would you prepare, no matter who we're playing? So that takes a lot of maturity within a team to like not play down on an opponent or anything, and know that you're playing yourselves each and every week. So I'd probably say that's what helps us out the most.
Last question for me. I'll pepper new questions. Several years ago, when y'all played Ohio State, we didn't play. This time, you were going to play Cleveland. What do you remember about that game and that Ohio State team, and just watching what they did in the playoffs?
They had a lot of dynamic players, just like they do now. They made, obviously, teams are going to make plays regardless on both sides. But what I saw the most was that Clemson was able to make the least amount of mistakes within the game, and our guys were really, really focused within our game plan and just executed it very well.
You ever get the feeling that this is kind of the time of year when the world kind of rediscovers Clemson? Because the season goes along and they're watching all these other teams, and oh look, here's Clemson, they're still good.
Yeah, it seems like every year we're just little Clemson who's not supposed to be there, but we're kind of there in the rearview mirror. And then when it comes postseason, then we're kind of still there. So it's kind of funny how this year, like we were voted in number 1, which means absolutely nothing. That was based off last year's team. This is a completely new team, and when it came down to us being in the playoffs, because all season has been we play no one, we play nobody. We have no competition in the ACC, but now it's kind of like who's going to get the number 1 spot to not have to play against us. It was just kind of funny to hear that. Not that matters to us or anything. We're not worried about who we have to play because we play Clemson each and every week. So I guess I kind of expect that kind of talk to be thrown around. It's been like that ever since I've been here, except for with Deshaun. That year we won it. That wasn't really the case.
Well, do you think how is this season and this schedule prepared you for a game like this? Because you say there's this talk about the competition not being that good in the ACC.
I don't think our schedule mattered. We play Clemson each and every week, just like I said. So when you do that, I don't think there's a harder schedule than playing Clemson 12 times a year or however many times a year. So doing that, I think that's what really prepares us the most.
So that idea is that you're always measuring yourself against yourself. Is that the concept?
Yeah, absolutely.
What worries you most about Ohio State? Is it the speed? Are they surprisingly fast for a Big Ten team, faster than any team maybe you have seen this year?
Yeah, they're a fast team, strong team. I wouldn't say what really worries me the most, but it's mostly I'm more focused on us opposed to them. You can't focus on your opponent. That doesn't do you no good. You got to be focused on your game plan and what you and your team have to do in order for you to be successful within the game.
The combination of Fields and Dobbins, though, as a backfield, as good as you have seen this year?
Yeah, I'd probably say so. They're both fast, strong, smart players who can make big plays at any time. So they're very, very good combo. Very good.
What things are you guys kind of studying related to Fields and whether or not you can make him throw the ball, or you have to be concerned about his running ability? What are the focus points?
Each and every week you gotta be able to cover the whole field. It doesn't really matter who you play. The quarterback can always pull it down and run it if it's wide open. So making sure there's no running lanes and just covering up the receivers when it's necessary is probably the main thing.
How quickly